Today we're going to take a look at the Snapper 7 and some modifications that I've done to it. And then there's also a Snapper 6 that I haven't got a hold of yet, but eventually I will. These are from Happy Model, and I'll get a review on it. Anyway, the Snapper 7 is a little bit different than the rest of the hoops. These are like an aluminum ring, and then it has a carbon fiber frame. And some people complain about the hoops bending, which yes, but if you just bend it back and make sure you shut down your motors so you're not burning your ESC out. But when you get it, just check over all the little screws, make sure they're snug. If you want to make sure they're going to stay, take them all out and put Loctite on them, is what I did. And then you don't have to worry about it. They're not going to go anywhere. Of course, I'm running my Gen Fan props. I just seem to always like those. Now, the camera it came with, I was having trouble with. It just, I don't know, it just wasn't real good. So I switched it out and put in a Caddx Turbo 2. Let's see, it's so let me get that to focus in there. Turbo EOS2. Should be having my glasses on. Hang on. Yeah, EOS2 Turbo. Anyway, a much higher quality camera. The canopy is for a Mobius 7, and it's like I don't know, $2-3, something like that. And it's made for this camera to fit right in, so it works out pretty well. Now, of course, I added some weight, and the other thing I did is, I don't know if you can see in there, but you can see the digital screen. I changed out the VTX and put a better VTX in it. So yeah, I did add quite a bit of weight, but the quality of the picture and reception was well worth it. But even with the stock camera and canopy, this thing just flies really well. Just really feels like you're on rails. Got good and straight out of the box tune is good. You don't have to worry too much about that. You get some spare props, and let's see, I get the box is kind of nice. It has a little place for it to set down in, and some nice instructions. And you get a prop tool and a screwdriver, and that's what the stock props look like. And I know that the three-bladed props, they say get a little more flight time, a little more performance. I don't know. I just like the way they fly on the four-blade. It's more stable. Yeah, I might lose 15 to 30 seconds of flight time, which is a lot in micro drone world. But anyway, I'm still running the stock firmware on this. It flies good, so why mess with it? I have other ones I can, play around with the new versions of Betaflight. And then, of course, the hot new one is the Emu Flight. If you haven't heard of that, kind of take a search on that and see what it's like. And I have the Mobius 6. Banggood sent me an email today. It's on the way. And we will take a look at that. And I got the 2500 kV motor in it, and they also offer the 1900 kV. There's the Mockingbird tune that is out for that, so I'm going to try and get a second one and see if we can depin it, see how light we can really get it. Take all the motor pins off. Of course, we'll be under the microscope doing some soldering on that when we depin that camera. But see how light we can really get it. Put the Mockingbird tune on it with the Emu Flight, and see what that guy can do. Anyway, back to our one we're supposed to be talking about here, our Snapper 7. I would highly recommend this. You can pick it up on sale sometimes for a good price. And as far as the mods, there's probably a lighter VTX than what I'm using, but it's just what I had on hand. This one is pretty light. I should have had my scale out here and weighed how much it weighs. Just hang on a second. I will grab it. Just bear with me. Okay, sorry about that. Should have been more prepared. But I haven't weighed it. I'm kind of curious too. We're looking at 32 grams with the mods. And boy, I can't remember what it weighed before the mods. I know it definitely added weight, obviously. I can tell in the way it flies. But with the stock camera, this thing will get 6 minutes of flight time. It just has great flight time out of all the other ones I've tested. So this is one I definitely highly recommend. It's of course not as agile as the 65mm, but if you have a bigger space, this is a great one. And with this new canopy, you have a ton of adjustment. You're not gonna ever be disappointed in that. And I think that's about all the mods I've done to this so far. And let's see, while we got this out, let's do some comparisons real quick. This is probably one of my lightest. And that's probably why it's probably one of my favorites, because it just is so agile and flies really good. Let's weigh up a few more. Hang on. Let me let you take an eye on this one. This one's coming up. This is a custom build. I think he's kind of a tank. That's the F4 board for you. It's a lot heavier. And then the camera setup on here with this large antenna doesn't help it much. But this is my 2S version, and that's about the way to fly this thing. It just rips on 2S. But anyway, I will have a separate video on that. I want you to bear with me one more minute. I'm going to grab one more. All these commercial interruptions. Alright, so yeah, this one's the F4, the F4 Betaflight board, and the canopy is one I kind of chopped up. You can see I got some amazing goop on there. So this one I think is going to be our lightest. Or that's what I was going for, and this is my Tiny Whoop version, and yeah, we're at 23. What was this one? 22. So we're, a point But this little guy's got the little tiny motors on it, little tiny Whoop motors, 1600 kV, the 603s. So it's just my cruiser, and I was going for as light as I possibly can, but you know, there is some newer cameras out. Obviously the Mobius 6 is going to be hard to beat on weight. And yeah, here's some, and the old cases that on the 3D print site seems to fit these brushless units. You know, these were for the brushed. You had your battery compartments, and but they fit right in there just fine. Oh, now you're gonna fight me. There we go. So if you have some of those, the Beta 65 frame fits right in there. Alright, we kind of got sidetracked, but while we're sidetracked, I was going to show you a prototype here, something I might have coming out pretty soon. And yeah, this one's kind of ugly, but it'll get better. And I've been cutting that out with my CNC machine, and you can check batteries up to 30 volts, and you can check your batteries for your goggles. I guess I don't have one here right now, but any of your Banana Jack batteries, and then the JST, and then I have this collaboration on here for all your little drones. But it's nice to just check it real quick and see where your battery's at. Here, we'll grab one here. I think I have one of those laying around. Yeah, here's a Beta 65 battery. I just plug her in there, and so that one's 3.7. So it needs charged. But you can go up to 30 volts, so it's real handy. You don't have to worry about what you're plugging into it. So here's a 3S. Plug that dude in, if I ever get it plugged in. 11.2. So anyway, I need to work out some stuff on the CNC machine. Obviously you can see my gaps here, but hopefully eventually I'll have these available on my eBay store. And may even do some custom ones if you want certain plugs put in. Anyway, that's enough for this video. We will see you on the next one. We will be doing some reviews on and my thoughts on this guy, and this other guy. I put him away already. And we have the Mobius 6 coming in. So please hit that subscribe button. Help me out. I need to get some more subscribers going. And then we have 3 Tiny Hawks to look at from Emax. So we're going to look at those. One of them we got the Mockingbird tune on, and my thoughts on that. So we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.